Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday, it's June 26, 2012. Got a couple of charts that I'd like to go ahead and show you guys some trade opportunities that are out there. 3 or 4 different charts we're going to go over. I've also advanced the stop on several of the trades we already entered earlier last week, so we've already locked in some profits on those, or at least advanced the stop so that we have a profit if she moves against us in the next couple of days. So you can check out the website for those updated charts. Right now we're going to look at the XOI oil index. This one's showing, we got to basically look at the overall trend. We can see that we have a higher series of highs, lower series of lows. So basically what you're going on right here is just moving sideways. That's all we're really doing. You're going to see this on many charts that are out there. That does present an opportunity, though. As long as you're moving sideways, you should expect that you will find low points, bounce off those low points, and then continue to just move in that basic direction. So finding a couple days ago, we saw that we had a hammer candlestick formation form right here, and then we get confirmation the following day of a higher high and higher low from one candlestick to the next. So I'd be a buyer of this with a stop set off of this low point, this hammer's low point. I don't look for this to be a huge move here unless we get some kind of news that breaks us out of this channel. I expect we'll just continue to move in this choppy little sideways moving direction here, but that can give us a little bit of a trade to the upside here. Look for the test of the previous high, advance the stop as she goes in that direction. Looking at the UUP, or the US Dollar Index Bullish Fund, this is basically trading the dollar. What you're doing here, looking at all these charts we're showing today, you're going to find a lot of commodity trades going on, and as the commodities are looking strong, like a jump to the upside, you should expect to see a move lower in the dollar corresponding. What we're looking at right now is going into the EU summit. There may be some kind of a bailout issued for some group out there at some point in time that can come from different ways of basically printing money is going to do many different things, and one of the things it's going to do is lift commodity prices. So that's basically what you're seeing set it up on the charts here. Trading the UUP, we trade this to the downside. I don't look for a lot of downside potential here, but again, a small trade. Take a tight stop off today's high. If the following day, that's why it's black, it's an if and then trade. If the arrow is black, telling you that you would only take this trade if the following day gives you a lower low than today's low. If you get a lower low tomorrow, you can start shorting with a tight stop set off this high and then trail that stop lower as she goes lower, as each day continues to move lower. At some point, you're going to reverse and find an actual bottom. What I think this is going to do is give us a nice little pullback here. We're just going to find same thing as support that we talked about before. This previous resistance is now acting as support. So I'm looking for support in there. Over this time period, I was looking for a nice trade to the upside here. Didn't get it. We didn't get a hammer candlestick formation at this bottom, so I didn't jump on that. Now we're pulling back. Watch it for the pullback, for you can also get a reversal on the bullish side, but not until you get the right signals. For now, there is a signal telling you can sell here, so look for this trade to the downside, but not a real big move. Again, I want to continue to express to everybody out there that these markets are just moving sideways. So when you're talking about the trading now, you want to keep a tight stop and look for the small moves. I'll be looking for a massive move at this very moment. Looking now at Canada's market, or the TSX, this one gets a lot of strength whenever you get to see strength in the gold and silver, price of silver. Here we're starting to see a little hammer candlestick formation that we like that. Again, it's still a black arrow indicating that if the following day gives you a higher high than today's high, even by 1 penny, you can start buying with a tight stop set off today's low, 1 cent below today's low. This looks good to me for multiple reasons. Number one being that you got the hammer candlestick formation. It's tried to set that up a couple times, and now we're seeing a stronger one. Also, it's stronger than the last hammer candlestick at the low point here that we saw. So these are good signs that we like to see. But again, still sideways moving activity here. I don't see a lot of moves to the upside at the moment. You need some kind of news to break us out of a channel, and it can be good news or bad news. If you get really bad news out of the blue, that will break you to the downside. If you get really good news, that'll break you to the upside, of course. So keep an eye on the market, but you can trade this to the long side if tomorrow gives you a higher high. Another thing to point out here, let me clean that up again. If you look at the low close, always look at the close in these situations here. You get the low close here, corresponding low point on the ultimate oscillators here. Then look at this low close here, and you can see the corresponding low point here. What I'm looking at right now when I see this, I see that we have not actually, we're coming close to the previous low point here. It's close here. pretty close to that, still trending up ever so slightly, but we're much larger here. So any move to the downside here is not going to be sustainable because you're not likely to go lower than this previous low point here. That's going to create a bullish divergence formation there, a nice trade and bounce to the upside. Basically the inverse of what we talked about back here, where you just were not confirming this move here. Now, if you were to continue to press lower, you wouldn't be confirming it with the ultimate oscillator. That would call for a bounce in the other direction. That's another reason to be looking for this to be on the long side as well. Okay, those are just a couple of the charts that we have for you for today. Like I said, we've updated several of the charts on the website, and we update them every single night. Even though I may not put out a video every night, I only bring out a video if I see something that I can give you guys some more information on, something that's developing or an opportunity to trade something. Otherwise, I just update the charts whenever I can, and I'll keep putting out videos whenever I see something new to report to you. So for now, you can check out our information on the perfectstockalert.com website. Right there, it's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless. Take care. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you all in the next video. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.